Good morning, everyone. This is Financial Literacy 101. And today we will be reviewing Sony. Sony, out of all of these companies, we haven't talked about Sony at all lately, but Sony has been kind of in the background doing major big deals as I'm trying to still set up here a little bit, guys. A little behind schedule, my apologies. But nonetheless, we're going to talk about Sony. We're also going to talk about Jeff Bezos or Jeff Bezos, however you want to pronounce the guy's name. Now, just for some information, starting off from the very front, Jeff Bezos has reached $200 billion, putting him as one of the richest men that ever lived. Now, he's nowhere close to Mansa Musa. We know the guy who was in charge of the Mali Empire in Africa. That guy is, he's probably one of the first trillionaires. So that's how much money he had. But nonetheless, we're going to head over to Sony. And look how things look over there. Now, as we're taking a quick look at Sony, let's go to their 5-year line chart. They've been up 206%. Now, of course, we're going to mention Zoom. Of course, I use Zoom. Zoom came out April 19th, 2020. They came out at $36 a share. Okay. Let's be a little crazy today. Let's be a little wacky today. Let's go over to Zoom real quick before I get into Sony. So listen, they came out, as you can tell here. Let me blow this up for you guys. Can you see that? All right. April 18th, 2019. They came out at $36. Now, when I do these slight pauses, it's for effect. It's to dramatize it a little bit because I knew about this stock when it first came out. It hit my Google Alert IPO. And I was like, oh, another video, But it's the first of its kind in that sort of massive nature, okay? So let's look at today. $36 to $473. So this stock in the past year has been up 1,000%, 1,200%. So if somebody, I love doing this, don't get me wrong. If someone were to tell you, for every $36 you give me, a year later, I'm going to give you $400, who would have took that deal? Okay, Macarena. But anyway, exactly. All of us would have took that deal. And this is the power of investing. And also this is the power of information. And actually, I should have looked into this stock. But anyway, I'm off of it. Sony, as I said before, have been up 207%, 206% over the past 5 years. Over the past 1 year, they've been up 38%. Over the past month, they've been down close to 2%. Over the past week, another 2%. But today, Sony is up almost 1%. Let's move down. Now, I'm not going to read this entire about because we kind of have a sense of what Sony is about. So, Sony engaged in development, design, manufacture, and sale of electronic equipment, instrument, devices, game consoles, and software for consumers, professionals, and industrial markets. It operates through the following segments: game and network services, music, pictures, home entertainment, and sound imaging products and solution, and mobile communications. Semiconductors, financial service, and other. A lot of us know that Sony does a PlayStation. Okay. Is it Sony PlayStation? Yeah, Sony. Sony PlayStation or whatever.
No, that's fine.
So also it does music, of course, home entertainment. When you sell a lot of movies, you see the home entertainment as well. Okay. So let's move right along. Employees. They have 111,000 employees. Then the CEO is Kenichiro Yoshida, and headquarters in Tokyo, Tokyo. I guess that's similar to New York, New York. Founded in 1946. That's how old Sony is. Collections, conglomerate, meaning they own a bunch of other companies. Consumer products, manufacturing, video games, entertainment, electronics, and computer hardware. Okay, headline news: demand for online doctors for this $39 billion Sony-backed Titan. We're going to actually talk about that because this is why I believe Sony is going to go up to $100 probably in the next year or two. Okay, next year or two, because it is backed by $39 billion, because they own a company that deals in online doctors. They own a third of the company. We're going to get into that. Feel good hit falls, knocks out the competition on PlayStation and PC. Here's the analyst rating. 92% says buy, 8% says hold, 0% says sell. All right, let's say what the bulls are saying on this. I'm just going to go over the bulls. While tough competition in the electronic industry will continue, the capable management team can control the risk. PlayStation VR will not only be used for games, but will also be a breakthrough mode of entertainment for media such as movies, music, and sports, and will deliver new demand to the PlayStation ecosystem. Think about that. So you're there with your VR system, right? You got that VR system on. I used to have one. When they first came out, when you could put your Samsung phone in and you can look around the room and do all this weird stuff, right? I thought it was cool, but the technology is even growing. So this picture, your family is doing something. You got the headset on, and then the earmuffs or whatever, and you're sitting there watching a movie. Okay, you can possibly walk around and bump into some things, but nonetheless, it's an option. I think people are really, as we get more technologized throughout the ages here, a lot more people are going to actually do this. Okay, a lot more people are going to actually do this. So it says the fusion of the dual camera technology on headsets and new demand from the automotive industry will boost demand for image sensors, from which Sony will benefit. Yes. So a lot of these electric vehicle companies, they're going to need these image sensors. Okay. So the image sensors can reflect information to see there's an object there. And, Sony does cameras. I have a Sony camera myself. They're really good. They really have good chipsets and good sensors inside these cameras. So Sony is premium products. Okay. Sony is premium products. I don't really think they make anything quote unquote cheap. You can catch things on sale. You can catch things discounted. They do have an echelon of products that are low end, but none of their products I've ever taken have been known to be cheap. Okay. Now, Panasonic, different story. Okay. Earnings. Look at the Q4 and then look at the Q1. Q1, when you see a large increase in revenue from a company like that, they did something phenomenal. They did something to move the pendulum. They moved something to move the meter that much, okay? Because they was on a trajectory of they was going up, and then maybe a bad decision, maybe a bad business deal, maybe they lost a contract. They went down on Q4 2019, and now they're up, okay? All right, what else? People also bought Nintendo, but of course, their competition, Microsoft, Activision Blizzard, and Disney. I remember when I had Activision Blizzard, I forgot how much money I made off this stock, but I made quite a bit of money. I did. Okay. So let's see who's in the chat room today. Let me see who's here. Let me set up one quick second here, guys. Give me 1 second. Let's see who's joining me this morning. Let's see who's joining us this morning. Okay, good morning, Jermaine Anderson. I see you, brother. Thanks for joining me this morning. And that's about it for so far. But anyway, we're going to press on. We're going to press on. And we're going to go over to Market Watch. Okay, we're going to go over to Market Watch. And we're going to see what Market Watch information, anything that's pertinent for us to find out today, okay? So, Market Watch 52-week range has them at $51 roughly to $84. That's pretty good. It's almost, was a $33 swing. That is pretty good money, okay? But right now, they're under the bubble at $79. They are a company operating out of profit. Their EPS is $4.90. And for every share of Sony, you get a measly 23 cents. I mean, okay. But look, money is money, right? So let me stop acting. All right, what's the headline news? We have, will video games be the Achilles heel for Apple, Google, and antitrust investigation? NVIDIA hits a sweet spot with both gaming and data center on the rise. Let's see what else. Fortnite launches Marvel Nexus War, but not on Apple devices. Magna builds the electric future by making cars for startups that can't. Not too much pertinent right here in this category, guys, for Sony. But let's move on to the one I was telling you about. Demand for online doctors creates $39 billion in Titan in Japan. So I'm gonna scroll down here because that is not really, they're talking about the business and what they're doing. This is the information starting right here, okay? Now, Tanel Morua, okay, I'm butchering their names, of course, as usual. 55 is the president and holds a 2.9% stake in M3. Sony owns about a third of the company. Okay, they own about a third of the company. Now that you know that Sony owns a third of the company, let me go back up. Let's see here. So you can guys get some. Right here, two decades ago, ended a 12-year run at McKinsey & Co., an online provider of medical information and services backed by entertainment giant Sony Corporation. Now, as we're moving, it says online doctor capabilities are in the spotlight with COVID as people are staying at home. Jefferies Japan analyst Haruko Sato said an interview is really a theme stock. Okay, don't troll me, guys, because I'm butchering these Japanese guys' name. I'm trying my best. So basically, this is a medical company that does online medical services. And what we're kind of doing in the U.S. where we can't go in, we're doing Zoom, we're doing Google Meet or Microsoft Teams or Cisco WebEx, where we're doing everything by video, and the doctors are like, well, let me see it. Let me diagnose that rash. Okay, you need a triple bypass surgery. Don't worry, you can do it right there from home. I'm going to send you the materials. Well, you have to remove your kidney first, and then we'll put your kidney where your heart is. But look, you'll be on video so we can do everything there. I know most people would like to go in, but this is the wave of the future. If not, we're living in the future. And the reason why people say that is because we were already skyrocketing into the technology age and into where we thought things were the future. Now they become the present. And COVID-19 has pushed the meter, has pushed the mark for us to do things now, right now. So that's what we need to understand here. So let's see here. We got Mac Peoples. Good morning, good sir. Good morning, good sir. He said, sorry to make the check-in. I'm at the plantation and listen at the same time. When he says a plantation, guys, he means his job. Don't let your slave master catch you, bruh. I'm just kidding. I'm not kidding. Anyway, let's talk about Tesla. Tesla before pre-market actually went down, and here's why. Tesla stock pairs gains after 5 billion stock offering disclosed. Now, not to insult anyone's intelligence, but this word here, pairs, we don't use a lot, okay? And this does mean reduced, okay? Tesla stock reduced gains after 5 billion stock offering disclosed. So pairs, that's all it means. You know, it means cut down, it means reduced, that's all it means. It says shares of Tesla at 0.87% negative took a hit in pre-market trading, but we're still up 1.9% after the electric vehicle maker disclosed a deal to sell up to $5 billion worth of its stock in the at-the-market offering program. Just before the offering was disclosed, the stock was up about as much as 7.9% at Monday's closing price of $498. The program could represent up to 10 million shares of about 1.1% of the shares outstanding. Now, what's imperative to note here, well, let me see here. There was good information about Tesla actually surpassing one of the most outperforming stocks. Let me go see if it's on here. They moved to the 7th on the list. I think it was surpassing either Visa or MasterCard, okay? Now, of course, Tesla is down 2% because of the 5 billion sell-off. As you can tell right here, here are my positions. Tesla is 21% of my portfolio diversity, and my total return is $350 roughly, but I am losing. As you can tell here, it's today's return, but I'm up 17%. I'm okay with that. Now it's declining, but nonetheless, I'm going to stay. All right, where is it at? We're talking about 5-for-1 split. Tesla to raise $5 billion through share offering. Now, Tesla does these things where Amazon, Apple, they have yet to do it because Apple continues to split their stock again. In the past couple of days, I've been telling you guys that Apple actually split their stock 5 times. Okay, 5 times. And that is to get more skin in the game, more investors giving money for their stock. This because they're becoming so profitable. And we're going to get on Amazon at the end of this segment, but I forgot who they're surpassed. Let me see if I can scan this really quickly. But they surpassed, it became 7 on the list. No, I don't see who it was, okay? I don't see who it was. My apologies. But they surpassed somebody. I think they booted out either Visa or MasterCard I was reading earlier. So they're doing pretty damn well. Let's just put it that way. They're doing pretty damn well. And if you're not investing in Tesla, you should be, okay? Because they're leading the EV market. It's kind of like Ford back in the day when Ford came in and they started doing things. You know, what is Ford famous for? Making the assembly line to make a vehicle, I guess. But when it came to electric vehicles, Tesla is not the only company, is not the first company. A lot of people believe that. Tesla is not the first company to make electric vehicles. Electric vehicles are from the 1800s, okay? Okay, let's just do a little history lesson. So, because we talk about electric vehicles all the time. And I'm just going to put the first electric vehicle, and then we're going to move on to Amazon. The first electric vehicle in the United States was developed in 1890 to 1891 by William Morrison of Des Moines, Iowa. Go ahead, Iowa. We see you. You guys are doing something back in the 1800s. That's the last time you heard about Iowa. The vehicles was a 6-passenger wagon capable of reaching a speed of 14 miles per hour. Okay. My scooter I bought from China goes 16 miles per hour, but we've come a long way. Okay. It was an electric vehicle back in the 1890s. So do not think that Tesla at any time was the first electric vehicle car maker. The only thing about Tesla is they're doing it and they're doing it well. They're doing it the best. Okay. Because everybody is modeling Tesla. Okay. Everybody is modeling Tesla. Let's not get it twisted. Good morning, Charles Green. Good morning, Charles Green. So now let's talk about Jeff Bezos. Okay. I got some notes over here in my, Amazon. I will look for Amazon to actually split their stock here in the next year. They're going big, they're going fast, and the people are noticing. This is why Elon Musk, this is why Donald Trump is calling for a break of Amazon. Amazon just released Amazon Halo, which is their fitness section. If you notice, I was talking about business the other day, and Amazon, they create LLCs for each part of their business. You know, Amazon Health, Amazon Halo, Amazon AWS, Amazon Fulfillment, Amazon Business. I'm just making up some things, guys. But that all falls under the Amazon brand, okay? So Jeff Bezos, quite recently, this came out a couple of days or yesterday, I forgot. But he is now the $200 billion man. Green tea break. $200 billion man. And Tesla stock, y'all guys want to look at that really quickly. Not Tesla, excuse me, Amazon. Amazon stock is up over $3,000. They're getting close. They're getting close to $4,000. Look at this. And today they're up almost 2%. Okay, they're at 1.5% at $53. Look at this stock though. Now me, it's only 1% of my portfolio diversity. I only have $100 in Tesla. I mean, I keep saying Tesla, Amazon, and I only made $11. Not a lot of money, right? They're getting too big too fast because they're already enormous. They're in every sector. They're getting electric vehicles. Like I said, I used to work at Amazon. They have robotics. They're all way in the robotics. They have these little machines called Kivas. And I can't really break it down without showing a video. You know what? That's what we'll do. I'll show you a video of a Kiva and how these things, because man, you need to see this stuff. You really need to see this stuff, how they get these packages out to you. They get this stuff out to you in a day or so, and how people at the facility are actually fulfilling this stuff, okay? So let me see if I can pop this up. Let's see here. These are Kivas, and on top of these Kivas are product towers that they move around inside of a warehouse, all robotically. So a person is at a station waiting for this Kiva. Let me turn this music down a little bit. Waiting at a station to fulfill your package and drop it and then wrap it up, okay? Now, it's a long process. It comes, it gets fulfilled, then it's on a conveyor belt, then it goes to a different station, depending on the different package, depending on the method of shipment, depending on the way you ordered it. So it's just not people like, oh, this guy wants some toothpaste, let me go walk to the toothpaste aisle. No, this is what they call the Kiva field, and no one is allowed in the Kiva field except technicians when a Kiva goes down, like a technician, because this is all robotically ran. So stop thinking as Amazon as simply an e-commerce. This is a technology company. What they have done is they have combined, now that was Alibaba, I guess they're still in Amazon stuff, but this is definitely Amazon. It says, look, Amazon Kiva robots versus Alibaba's Quicktron robots. You see that? And then this is Quicktron. Same thing. The last one you saw was Amazon. Now these are the Quicktron. See, it's Chinese on the side. Same difference. Okay. So that's why I keep telling you, Alibaba, JD.com, other e-commerce companies are mimicking what Amazon has done, just as well as Neo and Rivian and Electromechanica are mimicking and mirroring what Tesla is doing. So you ever heard somebody say, hey, if you want to be successful, you model somebody who's successful. And that's what we need to understand, ladies and gentlemen. You model people who are successful, and Amazon is very successful. Stop thinking as Amazon as an e-commerce where you can just buy a bunch of stuff. No, behind the scenes in these warehouses, I've been to 3 of them. I'm telling you, technology runs it. Now, there's people behind the technology, but in some cases, there is, take for instance, okay, shipments come into the warehouse. Then people break them up and they put them on, I forgot what they call them. They call them neural pathways, VWAs. I forgot what they call them. It was an acronym that we use, but they store them in these places. But then they got this robotic arm, okay, that they can go pick them up, drop them down, and do all of this. It can do a lot of movements. Now, the thing hardly work half the time because it's like a $2 million robotic arm, but nonetheless, it can do what a person can do with a forklift. It can do 50 times the amount. I mean, it can boom, done, booch, done. And when you see it, you're just like, wow. But after you get over the wow factor of you being there like a week or two, it's common to you to see technology, but you need to appreciate this technology because, again, Amazon is a technology company that happens to deal in e-commerce. It's a technology company first. They have forklifts. They're not forklifts, though. They carry packages on the back of them, all robotically. No one's driving them. They just know where to go. Now, there's a guy on a computer that's programming it, and they have the pathways. They're like, go to pathway A, go to pathway B, right? And it knows to take these products to this location in the warehouse. And a lot of warehouses are humongous. They're humongous. So it's like, hey, you go over there because it's on a direct line of path and they don't have to use manpower. So that brings me into another part that I'm about to finish up with you guys about Jeff Bezos being the $200 billion man. With wealth and success and money comes trouble. People be hating, okay? People be hating and trolls because, again, we all wish we had the privilege, the knowledge, and upbringing of a Jeff Bezos and do what he did to be that filthy rich. Because now they have people outside of his home in Washington protesting, saying that they want the unskilled level workers, okay? And the reason why I say unskilled level workers is because essentially when I was a manager there, we could take anybody off the street. We could take anybody off the street and teach you how to work one of these very basic machines and pack a package. That's not a real skill. It's just kind of a know-how. Like some of you like, oh, I can wrap Christmas presents. Is it similar to that? Somewhat. You don't have to put all the extra wrapping on it. And it's a fast process, okay? It's a fast process. If you're in a section in Amazon called singles, okay? It's the pack section, but within the pack section, it's called singles, or you're packing a single package. You also have multiple products that you can pack in one single package, but this is the pack section. Let me just keep it as simple as possible. So a product comes down the conveyor line. Let me see if I can find a video because I'm not good at explaining this. Okay. Let me look up Amazon Fulfillment Center because I think you guys really need to know this so you guys understand that Amazon is the future and how they actually conduct business because, again, this is imperative for you guys to understand. Let's see. This is back from 2018. Let's see if I can pop this up. This is good. This will give you a better representation than I ever could. Okay. Let's see here. Again, I feel like this is the same video. Let's see. Oh, here we go. Look at this. See, the Kiva took it to the person who is now dropping it in. Okay. And now this is going to another location. Here's that robotic arm I told you about. Look, boom. Look what it's doing. Look at the fulfillment center. Look at all the technology where the people are. This is all robotics. But there's lots of people that work for Amazon. Amazon has over almost 1 million people. Look how big this warehouse actually is. Now, this is called pick. This section is pick, where people are picking packages to associate it with a barcode in a tray to go on a conveyor belt to go to the pack section. So you have pick, pack in the dock. Now there's on the conveyor section from pick going to the pack section. They're not showing that. But this is the future. So when you look at this, you might just see this is technology. This is technology. Now this is the pack section where they're packing the packages. Okay. Then they throw it on a conveyor belt. Now it's going to the dock section to be shipped out. Okay. Now it's going to the dock section to be shipped out. That is what that's doing. So I wanted to show you so you have a better overall view of inside of Amazon. I was about to say Tesla again. Okay. So let's see who we got here. Guys, we're about to get out here for this morning. I might come on a little bit later, but nonetheless, there are protesting in front of Jeff Bezos' house. They even had a guillotine out there, and these workers, now, bless their heart, they're demanding $30 an hour. Okay. Let me just do the math on this real quick, because I mean, do I even need to do the math on this? Let me see something. Let me just type in, because this is just ridiculous. Okay. $38 an hour. Now think about this. I want you guys to think about this. $38 an hour, and they're working 10-hour days. They're getting roughly $60,000 a year to pack a package. And then I want you to compare that to people with associate's degrees, with bachelor's degrees, with master's degrees, with certifications, with licenses, and they're getting paid almost $60,000 to take a package out of a tray, to put it in a box, tape it, put a label on it, put it back on the conveyor. Now, granted, these people work their butt off for America to get your shipments to your door. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I've said it 1,000 times to my boss when I was in the facility that these people need to be making a lot more money. Now, they were making $15 an hour when I was working there, and right before I left, they got up to $17 an hour. In my humble opinion, okay, now I did some of the work too, because as a manager, your first week, you have to do exactly what they're doing. So you understand some of the trouble, some of the pain, some of the psychological discord that these workers go through. And me as a manager, I always helped out my people. Okay, I helped out my people because we do have a mission. Everything is ran by metrics. We have a certain goal. We have a certain number to hit. And everything is based off 100%. If you can produce 100% or more, you killed it for your shift. But a lot of times when COVID-19, people was getting like 60, 70, 80%. So, and then people wasn't coming to work. So Amazon started giving incentives. They started paying double pay. Once you got the overtime, you got double pay. In my humble opinion, unfortunately, I do not agree that they deserve $30 an hour for packing a package. And I agree, they work their butt off. They're on their feet all day. But in any warehouse that I know, everybody's on their feet. Whether you're building a car or building a product, you're on your feet. Not a lot of these things you can do sitting down unless you're in building like microchips and you really need to concentrate, but you're sitting down in one of those high chairs. So if you're an Amazon worker or you're thinking about working for Amazon or you've worked for Amazon, don't beat me up. Because if you don't have a degree and you are an irregular associate, $30 an hour for an unskilled worker, anyone can come in and do it. It's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. But I do believe you guys should be getting paid anywhere from $21 to $22 an hour. $21 to $22 an hour. Let me do the math on that really quickly. And some of you may not agree, and that's okay. $22 an hour is roughly about $43,000. Okay, $43,000. And I know a lot of you don't agree because they would love to make $60,000. The reason why I say that is because Amazon has great benefits. They have stock options, they have great medical care, they have great dental care, but you work your butt off for it. But when you're talking about people out here who don't have a degree, don't have a license, did you know that college hires are not making $44,000 at Amazon? So if you're right out of college with your bachelor's degree, you're going in Amazon making $42,000, $43,000, $44,000 right now, unless they did an incentive for managers to come and work for Amazon. But I can promise you, they're not making over $45,000 as a level 4. Okay, they got these different levels. You got level 1, which is a regular associate. Then it skips. You got level 3, which is your PAs. Okay, your processing assistants. Then you have your level 4, which you are an area manager. Then your level 5, that's another stage of area manager. And your level 6, you have an operations manager. But once you become a manager, you fall under the operations manager umbrella. So I'm just going to say all of these guys are operations manager. But level 6s, they make 6 figures. Okay, they make anywhere from 90 to 6 figures. Level 6s, level 5s, they make around 80,000. But your college level 4s, they make 45,000. So as a level 1, if you are expecting to make 60,000, close to $60,000, you're going to be making more than a manager who went to school. And again, yes, you're going to be working harder physically than a manager, but we know how America is constructed, ladies and gentlemen. Those with degrees and education and certifications and licenses work less physical than the people without education. That is why everybody used to say 80s, 90s, 2000s, today, go to school, get your education. Because they don't want you working at the mailroom talking about, I'm going to work my way up. And by the time you're 50, now you're the assistant manager. So if you want to make great money, unfortunately, you need a certification, a license, a degree, or you need to create your own business. Now, I know people ain't going to like that, but that's just my take on it, okay? Because I have a master's degree, and I worked my butt off in school for that. And then I still did a lot of physical jobs in the process of that. When I was a freshman in college, freshman and sophomore in college, I came back and I lifted furniture for 2 summers in a row. And I was making $25 under the table. It was great money, but it was back-breaking work. But I had no dental coverage, no medical coverage, no workers' compensation, no days off. I worked Monday through Saturday, and they didn't work Sunday. And I worked 12 hours a day. So that is just my take on it. I know a lot of people are going to agree to disagree, but you have to understand, this is America. You know what I'm tripping on? I'm not kidding. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. But this is America, and education and certification and being skilled is key. You can have all the experience in the world, but in this white man's country, you need a piece of paper to back up your skills and your education, or you go out and you create your own. This is Financial Literacy 101. Learn money and definitely be inspired. I'm out, ladies and gentlemen. Have a great and wonderful day. See you later.